In a city drowning in corruption and fear, two legends walk the line between justice and vengeance, and only one believes in mercy. Welcome back to Rantent, your go-to shop for all things Marvel. From street-level brawls to multiversal madness, we've got you covered. Jon Bernthal's Punisher is officially back, and for longtime fans, this isn't just exciting, it's monumental. Technically, Frank Castle was never an official member of the Defenders, but in Marvel's street-level underworld, his path has always been intertwined with Daredevil's. They don't just cross paths, they collide over and over again, drawn together like two opposing forces who both believe they're fighting for justice. But their versions of justice couldn't be more different. For anyone unfamiliar with his tragic origins, Frank Castle wasn't born a killer. Once, he was a highly decorated Marine, a loving husband, and a fiercely devoted father. He lived for his family. They were his anchor, his purpose. But all of that was ripped away in an instant when his wife and children were brutally gunned down, innocent casualties caught in the crossfire of a gang, war they had no part in. Frank turned to the system for justice, but the system failed him at every turn. Corrupt cops buried evidence, judges turned a blind eye, and the men responsible walked free. In that moment, Frank Castle died, and the Punisher was born. Fueled by grief and rage, he became a one-man war machine, delivering brutal, uncompromising punishment to anyone who preys on the innocent. No trials, no second chances, just cold final justice. That unforgiving philosophy, punishment over redemption, execution over forgiveness, is what makes Frank Castle such a fascinating and dangerous foil to Matt Murdock. As both a lawyer and a vigilante, Matt believes in the power of redemption, even for the worst people. Frank believes some people deserve only a bullet. That ideological clash is philosophical, personal, and deeply emotional, and it's exactly why Punisher's return in Born Again is so thrilling. With Wilson Fisk outlawing mass vigilantes and crime in New York spiraling out of control, Frank Castle isn't just back, he's necessary. But what happens when Daredevil and Punisher cross paths again? Can they work together to stop Fisk, or will they end up at each other's throats once more, fighting not just over strategy, but over the very meaning of justice itself? Marvel has already confirmed that Bernthal's return isn't limited to Born Again. He's also set to star in his own special presentation, much like Werewolf by Night. That's a massive signal. Marvel isn't just bringing him back for nostalgia points. They're investing in Frank Castle's future, re-establishing him as a pillar of the MCU's darker, street-level stories. And what's even more exciting, Bernthal himself is directly involved in shaping the character. He's helping write some of Frank's dialogue, ensuring the Punisher's voice stays raw, unfiltered, and brutally authentic. That's a level of creative input rarely seen, and it shows just how much respect Marvel has for both the character and the actor who's come to define him. It's honestly wild that it took this long for Frank Castle to return, but the delay wasn't just about timing. It was about tone. For years, Disney was hesitant to bring back the Punisher, afraid his ultraviolence and moral ambiguity would clash with the family-friendly image they were building. But now, with mature content officially allowed on Disney+, they no longer have to water him down. That's why Frank Castle's return is so much bigger than just another cameo. He represents a line Daredevil refuses to cross, a walking, breathing reminder of what happens when grief and justice blur into vengeance. And in Born Again, with the city crumbling and old alliances tested, that line is going to get blurrier than ever before. What do you think about Frank Castle's return? Are you excited to see Jon Bernthal's Punisher back in action? And do you think he and Daredevil can actually work together, or are they destined to clash again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Rantent, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a breakdown, theory, or leak from the MCU's street-level stories all the way to the multiverse saga madness. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.